Bipolar disorder is a mood disorder where someone experiences erratic and sudden mood changes. It can start from early adolescence or in the early 20s, but it is a lifelong disorder. There is no cure and it will never go away. For the longest time, I always thought that bipolar disorder was extreme anger. I never knew that it was also euphoria, severe depression, paranoia, and other feelings until I was diagnosed a year ago. Through my high school years, I began to experience sudden mood changes. During the spring and summer, I was happy and energetic. On a daily routine, I would only get 4 hours sleep and still feel completely energized. I had a lot of creative ideas, but almost always my moods would begin to spiral down. I would fall into random fits of anger. I never physically hurt my mom, but I would yell at her, and whatever I could find, I would throw at her. My thoughts were usually very violent, but I never acted on them. Then the worst of all hit me: depression. I've had depression since I was in kindergarten, but the more I grew up, the worse it grew. Once I started college, my moods only grew more erratic than they used to be. When I was a sophomore, I sank into a depression that lasted from September to April. On most days, I could barely get out of bed. It became so bad that I lost weight from barely eating any food. I would distance myself from my family and friends, sometimes never talking to them for a week. I always had been suicidal when I was in high school, but in the spring of sophomore year in college, I hit rock bottom. I almost attempted suicide more than once. My thoughts would never stop racing, and there were times where I would pace around my house for hours with so many horrible thoughts racing through my mind. I could never relax or calm down, and it was exhausting. It wasn't until my sister broke down and told me that I needed to find help. In the summer, I went to a psychiatrist and I was diagnosed as bipolar 2, which is a milder form of bipolar 1. In bipolar 2, there is more depression than mania, which is why it is called hypomania. I'm on a mood stabilizer and an antidepressant for my anxiety. There are times I still become depressed and irritable, but my doctor said they will never be able to fully treat this disorder. Bipolar disorder is not easy, and it can be someone's own personal hell. But I want other people to know who have this disorder, to know that they can find a light at the end of the tunnel even when it seems impossible.